Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're in Austin, Texas, home of the Longhorns at UT Golf Club. We're here to see the Titleist Fitting team to get custom fit for the brand new T-Series irons. We're gonna check out the T100s, the T150s, the T250s, and stick around to the end. You might actually just add loft to my irons. Crazy, right? We're here with Jordan Tabro. He's our main rep here in the Central Texas area. Would you say Central Texas, Central and Southern?
I think Central.
Central.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Jordan's our main rep here in the Central Texas area. He invited me out to get fit for our new T-Series irons. I'm excited. Jordan, there are some technological differences, right, between
Absolutely.
last series and now our new series that we're seeing. What would you say is the biggest difference you're seeing throughout the board?
So we're shooting for more continuity above all else, because what we're seeing now is 80% of our tour players are playing a mixed set. So maybe 100s in the short irons and into a 150 or a 250 in the long irons. And even some cases we're seeing a 350 in a long iron in a bag or two, like Jordan Spieth. So we want some continuity where they look really similar, so you don't feel like you're playing certain, different models. But beyond that, from a performance story, we have a new technique on the face, which is going to be, really focused around the grooves. So it's a progressive groove story, which is really helping us garner more spin when we get into wet conditions, when we get into longer rough. In fact, we saw a huge transition at the U.S. Open this week from players getting into the new product because it was wet and the rough. So again, great spin consistency, which gives us a much tighter dispersion pattern. And we're doing some variable face thickness to drive more consistent ball speed across the entire face. So a lot of really good things working across all 5 of the new models.
Right on. Yeah, I think spin is something a lot of amateurs are looking to be able to control, but also get more of. A lot of people still have problems compressing the golf ball, I'd say. I noticed with the new series, we have a little bit more of like a pre-worn leading edge.
Yep.
Can you talk to me about how that could help with compressing the golf ball or just kind of clipping the golf ball a certain way?
It's just about getting into the turf properly. And when you get into the turf properly, you connect with the correct grooves, which give us the right launch and the right spin numbers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So really, your turf interaction is one of the biggest things that we discuss with our tour team, of how we can get a little bit better.
Okay, cool. It's cool that you said a lot of the tour players are playing a mixed set, because I think when I think of a tour player, and I think a lot of our amateurs do as well when they're sitting at home watching these players hit, I'm trying to see if they're playing blades, if they're playing like the old CBs, or how small of an iron are these guys actually playing. But I think nowadays it's almost progressed to instead of a tour player having to hit every shot, I think a lot of tour players now are thinking like, let me just hit one really good shot consistently if it's a fade or a draw, and let's build a set around that. Would you say that's what you're seeing on tour as well? Yeah.
Our number 1 played iron on tour is a T100. So not a CB, not a blade, something that gives you a blade look, but gives you a lot more forgiveness at the end of the day, because they're looking for forgiveness too, right? They're playing the toughest conditions that we're going to play in.
Okay.
But again, a lot of it is how can we help with distance, how can we help with descent angle, and how can we help with dispersion? If we improve those 3 things, you're going to be a better golfer, because you're going to hit it closer to the pin. Hitting it closer to the pin ultimately is going to give us the best opportunity to lower our scores.
Okay. How do you think this fitting is going to go today? Do you think should I just let Tyler kind of give me the whole experience, kind of see what I should be going for, or should I just kind of say, okay, I want to hit these numbers with these clubs, how can we do that? Or can you do both?
The great thing is Tyler's really well trained, so he's going to have you hit everything, because we want you to experience everything and see what it does. Now, you may not be a T350 player, but we want you to be able to speak to it.
Yeah.
And when your golfer that you're working with on the range is struggling to get the ball in the air, that's your opportunity to say, hey, a 350 would really benefit you. So we want you to experience everything. But he's looking for a very specific set of numbers from a speed, spin, and a descent angle, and even a peak height, right? If we're peaking above 100 feet, then we know our descent angle is probably going to be steep enough to stop it on a front pin location. So there's a lot of factors via TrackMan that he's looking at, trying to figure out what's going to be best for the way you swing.
Cool, cool. And I see you have a lot of different shafts. They come prepared with anything that you'd ever need to be able to get fit for the clubs that you need for your swing today. So I think a fitting is great, especially when you have some sort of idea on where your swing's at. So definitely get in with your coach, get a couple sessions in, and then get ready for a good fitting experience. So we'll do that today.
That's right. Have a blast.
Thanks, Jordan.
You're going to love it.
That. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, we're at UT Golf Club here in Austin, Texas. We're here with Titleist to get a custom fitting for the new T-Series irons. I can't wait to jump into it. I'm here with Tyler. You'd seen him before from our last Voki wedge video we did together. We didn't catch our fitting video last time we did irons. It was the first time we really fit together, actually.
Right.
So now we're gonna go a little bit more in depth, check out the new T-Series. And this time, we kind of have an idea on what head we're gonna go for, although we will talk about each one. We're gonna check out the different shafts, different profiles that could help me get the right spin numbers, the right distance I'm looking for. Can you help me hit my pitching wedge 170? That's really what I need.
I got a club for that.
Okay, cool, perfect. All right, cool. So we have new designs of the T100s, the T150s, the 250s, the 350s. They all look really nice and uniform together. I mean, going throughout the whole model line, really, they all look like they're just from the same family. Really,
Yeah,
right?
same finish, right?
Same
But big
finish.
one, our company's really big on the 3Ds, distance, descent angle, and dispersion, right? And if you take care of all three of those, it doesn't really matter what the iron looks like, but obviously we want it to feel proper.
Yeah.
But if you have those three things nailed down, you really do have a set of golf clubs that's fit for you.
What should we start with? Do you want to see
So-
my irons first, or do you want to
Yep.
just kind of go into it?
I want to start with your 7-iron.
Okay.
I want to see what it does on TrackMan. I want to see what the distance is doing, what the descent angle, and how we're dispersing from there. And then I have a better idea as a fitter what I might need to button up and what things I might need to dial back.
Okay,
Right? So let's grab your 7-iron. Let's get some numbers.
All right. So my 7-iron is the old T150. I have a Project X LZ shaft. It's a 6.5, 125 grams. Now for your gearheads out there, you kind of know what I'm going for here. It's an extra stiff shaft. LZ is a little bit lighter, helps me get the ball up in the air. You're gonna see if this is still the right shaft for me. There are a lot of different options nowadays. How far forward can I go? Can I go up here?
Francis, man, you tell me where you want to
Okay,
hit.
I'm gonna go right in front of this.
Right,
this
yep.
wet, this
and
pattern.
then line-wise,
Yeah.
what target you thinking?
Can we go right at that tree right in front of us?
The oak tree right in
yeah,
the middle?
that oak tree right in the
You
middle.
got it.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yep.
All right.
Let me make sure we're lined up
Sure.
proper here.
Cool.
And then I'm going to have you hit probably, with you, it's pretty fast. You might only need 2 golf balls.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm somewhat warmed up.
Yeah. You're also a pretty decent player.
Yeah,
so
not
that
bad.
helps.
Not bad. I used to be really good. All right, here we go.
One more.
Okay.
That was a good ball, though.
Yeah, that felt good.
He's got some speed.
Yeah,
man.
what club is that?
That's 7-iron. Yeah. Francis, the last one, I didn't pick up. I'm going to have
Okay.
you hit one more.
Sure, definitely. I'm just warming up.
Yep.
I mean, my irons still feel really good. I feel like it's going to be hard to find something that's going to beat this, really. Yeah, like I was saying, like these irons feel amazing. The T150s always feel really good. I feel like it's going to be hard to find something that's going to beat this, but I'm sure there's always going to be something that could make me hit it a little bit more consistent. Probably just have a better idea on where this golf ball is going to go and how far it's going to go. And that's really the thing when you get to a certain level of golf is you don't just want to keep getting the newest irons for no reason. What are you looking for? So I think for most people that are coming into a fitting that haven't had a fitting like this before, maybe have some questions that you want to have answered. Like, should I really keep playing this game? Should I just pick up pickleball? Maybe another question would be, how much further could I maximize my irons without having to go at it super hard? So they'll have the right shaft for you. And also, how do I get a consistent distance with my club with the swing I have right now? So you shouldn't feel like you have to change your whole swing when you're out of fitting. Bring what you have, and they'll fit you with what you can fit into best.
So I only got 2 of the 5
Cool.
shots,
Okay.
but the numbers that I did see were very good, right?
Okay. Okay.
Because of your speed, you will never struggle with height.
Okay.
Right, which is a good thing.
Okay.
Right. As a fitter, I'm a very, very big advocate of guys that hit the golf ball high because in my mind, it's a lot easier to try to hit the ball low
Sure.
than it is to have a low ball flight and try to hit the ball high.
Okay.
Right. In your mind, trying to keep the golf ball out of a specific window is going to be key for us. Managing spin.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to be looking at turf interaction quite a bit.
Okay.
Right? I don't want nothing that digs too much on you. I don't want anything that maybe feels scoopy at impact.
Right.
Right? Because you being a better player, there's going to be a lot of stuff that works.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to find the fine details and what feels good, but also plays good.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
So you're playing 150s now.
Yep.
I'm a fan of you playing these. These are solid. And then LZ 6.5, I think. And then what length and lie wise, where do we start?
I think I'm usually around like 1 degree flat in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So standard length, standard loft.
Your club path, if you're gonna fight it one way or the other, you're gonna maybe meet a little from the inside.
Probably. Yeah.
Then
What-
flat's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start you in standard,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna grab this shaft and we're gonna try the new heads.
Okay. Cool.
Sound good?
Yeah. Love that.
So Francis, if you want to come over here,
Yeah.
I got some cool info. So our last fitting heads, right? We
Yeah.
have the ability to go 2 degrees upright, 4 degrees upright, and 2 flat.
Yeah.
Okay. On our new ones, right? If for all you Titleist guys out there, it should look very similar to our wedge fitting kit. If you look on our SureFit grid here now, we now have the ability to take one of our fitting heads and make it play as much as 2 degrees weak in loft or 1 degree strong in loft. And then
wow.
inside of that, instead of 2 degree lie adjustments, we can make 1 degree lie adjustments.
Wow.
Big deal.
Yeah.
Right. We're really proud of that.
More dialed.
So I'm gonna start you A1, right? We're gonna get a feel for the head. We're gonna see what it's doing, and then the other cool thing that we have the ability now to do is change the head itself weight-wise. We can go a little heavier, a little lighter, or standard. And so for somebody like yourself, a little heavier might be a good thing.
Yeah.
If I think back to our driver fitting,
Yeah.
right? What did we do to your driver heads?
It was like 6 grams heavier.
added a bunch
at
of
least.
weight.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a lot of weight. Yeah.
So T100.
Okay.
Standard loft, standard lie, rifle 6.5 or
Okay.
LZ 6.5. Sorry.
Okay. Cool.
We're gonna see what that does.
All right. Nice. I do like the new, like where the logo is placed and all that. It's really nice. Okay. So I think the key here when you're fitting is not to think about how different this club is and try to swing it as naturally as you normally would swing it. Yep, didn't like that. That was a little heavy. That dug. Let's get that one. That felt different.
Good ball.
That felt really good. I mean, it's just so soft. Felt solid? It did, yeah.
7 iron.
That's good.
That's speed for a 7 iron.
That's, yeah. PGA Tour average is like 89, 90.
I can, like, it's interesting because I know it's like standard lie. It does look upright to me already off
it's
the bat.
it's not normal to you.
Sure, yeah. Just trying to explain to the people at home why I chunked the first one.
Yeah. All right, Francis. When you middle up 2 like that, we don't need away swings.
It's interesting to see the wear pattern more towards like the heel or just a little bit more center than
Because
normal.
because of lie angle adjustment.
Yeah,
Right, that's
yeah.
a big one. And then
Nice.
some interesting tech. The new T-Series lineup, the T100 probably got the least amount of a revamp of all of them.
Okay.
Our feedback from all major tours, LPGA and PGA Tour, don't try to reinvent the wheel,
Okay,
right? Because we
yeah.
had a T100, which was the #1 plate iron for the last 6 years in the T100, because we're now up to 4th gen
Yeah.
of T100. And our common consensus on tour was, guys, it's good as it will ever be right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that we were noticing is for a lot of guys like yourself that are really high speed, a T100 being really traditional loft, You might see maybe the golf ball fly a little higher than most golfers might prefer, and the ball might spin a little bit more. And so predominantly we're seeing a lot of people bending their T100s 1 degree strong in loft or to pitch and wedge.
Okay.
In your case, we're not getting too much spin. We're not getting too much height. Who knows why that might be? Might be the golf ball we're hitting, the turf, the way you're coming through it today. Who knows? But I want to try in T150 now.
Okay, cool.
See what that does.
Should we call out some numbers so that we
Yeah.
can have our editor
Absolutely.
like add that in so we can kind of compare and contrast? 'Cause I know people
When you
don't,
hit,
like,
you want me to shout them out?
yeah, like
Absolutely.
let me know.
Yeah,
You know,
I can do that.
we can be like, yeah, that was a good strike, bad strike. How far that
So
go? all
here,
that
even
stuff.
just on the last
yeah.
two.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if you want to pop in here and get some, I'd prop it up at the wind, will blow it over.
Sure. Okay, I can't see that.
Here,
Anyway.
give it-
Okay.
I'll
Here, I
hold
can
it up right there.
Yeah,
There you
how's
go.
that?
So this is the one Francis was just hitting, right? We'll go here to club. Oh, it didn't give me that. Maybe a smidgen low. That was the one before it, but right.
Okay.
Ball speed 129, carry 188, landing angle and spin rate. These two numbers right here are crucial to iron fittings. Most golfers, for all you golfers at home, if you're landing your 7-iron below 45 degrees, you're not hitting it high enough. That's just fact of life. Standard landing angle on the PGA Tour, and they're given, I know they have a little bit more speed, and they play different golf clubs, right? They play something similar to this. But if you throw something like a 250 or a 350 in there and you get your landing angle from 45 or 42, 43 up to 46, 47, you're going to be able to hold greens a lot more effectively, and I bet you might even pick up a little bit of distance because the ball's carrying further. So Francis, we're starting in a really, really good spot.
Nice. Okay,
Really
cool.
good spot.
Cool.
So now we're going to go to 150.
Okay.
I think this is probably going to be the one that we end up in.
Okay.
For a couple reasons.
Right on.
One, you make a really aggressive move at the ball with a lot of speed,
Okay.
and so height and spin just isn't an issue with your ball flight.
Yeah.
And so going towards something like a 150, it'll come out of probably a little bit more of an appealing window for you.
Okay. Gotcha.
That'd be my hunch.
All right. Cool.
So let's give that guy swings.
So now the T150 obviously has a little bit more. What is it? It's tungsten.
Yep.
Weight in there in the back of the head.
Yep.
Right,
So
okay.
big difference between the two. Right, if you look, if you want to get really close here, the T100 on that back, that we call that the muscle channel or the muscle cavity, whatever you want to call it, there's nothing there, right? But then if you take the 150, right, you see that little silicone insert right there? That comes to drive a little bit more ball speed, maybe a little bit more forgiveness because the bottom of the club itself is actually a little bit bigger. And then the other big thing with T-Series that got adjusted, we added nearly 30 to 50% more tungsten to all the heads. It varies based on the head model, but the reason we did that, if you add more weight to the toe and the heel, we call it a split mass construction. It makes the club face significantly more stable at impact. It doesn't open or close as much on off-center strike.
All right. Cool. So T150 already looks a lot cleaner. I heard they add a little more weight to the bottom of this too. So I'd love to see how stable his face is.
The first swing with every club.
I always start off with one chunk, you know,
Period.
and then yeah, let's see how far that went on TrackMan.
I got you at 90 yards.
90 yards.
Your club speed was faster than your ball speed that time.
That's great. Okay. All right.
That'd make the blooper reel.
I did that on purpose. Oh,
Great
wow.
ball, Francis.
Dude, that was nice.
All right, so if you want to pan over here, right, Francis hit that one really, really good. But his ball speed wasn't really all that different from T100, right? But then because the head itself is a little bit stronger in loft, we see his landing angle come down a little bit, and your peak height was about the same, which I don't mind at all. How about that? That's the sign of a good golfer right there.
Ooh, zero.
That's middle of middle right there.
Double zero. Love
And then
that.
the other cool thing, right? You see his face and his face to path are dead square. So in theory, that should produce very straight golf ball. Francis,
That's all I hit.
he's better than most. He's better than
That's all I
most.
tried. That's all I tried to. No, I mean, I wish this was me yesterday at Crystal Falls. Man, I was spraying it everywhere. All right. Do you want me to try a couple more?
You can if you want, but
Yeah.
I got all the data I need off that last one.
Okay, cool.
Let's you want to
we
try
still-
250 just
Yeah, let's try 250. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, let's just to try it all out. So I'm a little bit better. So I'm a little more well versed in what to show all of our players that come see us over at Beyond Golf Performance. 250. I don't think I've tried a 250 before.
Really?
Yeah.
The new one is the new one's dressed up quite a bit. Honestly, if I had to put my finger on one that probably got the biggest revamp, it's probably the 250.
It looks a lot different.
They buttoned it up quite a bit. The backside, it doesn't have that insert on the back. You know, that I don't know what it was, but I felt like a credit card to me is what it was. We got rid of that, and then, like I said, we have a lot more tungsten toe heel here. And then this one has some pretty creative stuff on the inside called a max impact badge.
Okay.
And if you were to chop the club face off and look at it, it's really just kind of like this red silicone-looking trampoline thing that sits right there behind the club face to drive some ball speed a little faster. We found in that player's distance iron realm, that route is a lot more consistent than anything else that we tested, so you don't really get those flyers. Or you maybe get one that goes 15, 20 deep, or you
so
strike it towards the toe.
A little bit. I gotcha. Do you see tour players going to T250s towards the end of their bag, like a 4-iron or 3-iron?
4-iron for sure.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of driving irons transition. Jordan Spieth played one at the U.S. Open. There's a couple other tour guys, but you know, like 3 and 4 irons for sure. In the 5, they kind of stay towards the 100s or 150s.
I was thinking about, because I have a 2-iron. It's the 505U.
Yep.
I love it. It goes really far.
Yeah. Almost too far.
Yeah. Almost too far. So I'm looking at potentially doing this in a 3-iron to have an option.
Great idea. And I've got a shaft over here I think you'll really like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So setting up to this club, it doesn't look too far off from the T150s. I mean, maybe it's
very
tad
appealing.
longer, but it looks, still like a thinner looking top line. So I wouldn't think that I'm holding a...
It's all good feedback.
Yeah, I would not think I'm holding like a super forgiving, you know, new players type of a club.
It's above 120.
I mean, it just shoots off the face. It does
hot.
feel like it trampolines. I know I turned that over a little bit, but that felt really hot.
Ball speed comes up to 131, right?
Okay.
A little hotter.
Yeah.
Club itself's a little bit bigger, and then our peak height comes up about 8 feet,
Gotcha.
which is to be expected. But because the sole is a little bit thicker, right? Our turf interaction's different.
Oh, yeah.
The spin rate actually comes down.
I didn't chunk it.
Yeah.
It's the first one I didn't chunk.
And then how about that? Another one, club pass 0. This guy's good. We don't need to have another one.
Yeah. If just
one was
that could
middle.
get me on tour, we'd be making different videos.
You'd be a TrackMan Tour Pro.
I'm just getting ready for Grass League, really. Okay, I'm open for playing at anyone's team, okay? Got a free spot, come on.
So, Francis, I don't know about you, but I'm watching you hit, and I'm liking 150.
I like 152, yeah.
Glad we're on the same page.
Definitely.
Now, we're going to try some shabs.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to pan back over here.
Let's do it.
Francis and I were talking a little bit before we started the video, and we had a couple shabs in particular that we wanted to try. AMT White Extra Stiff, Dynamic Gold X100, if you want to hold on to those a second.
Yep.
C-Taper 130X. And then I would also really, if you want something to really knock your ball flight down a little bit, Rifle 6.5.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I don't think we need to go full rebar and try the 7.0.
Okay.
We'll give you some feel.
Yeah, cool. How would you do this? Do we go like stiffest feel to the softest, or we go softer first and go up?
I would
guess?
usually ask the golfer what ball flight they might appeal towards.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
Today's kind of tough because, like, okay, what I appeal towards, I usually like more of a penetrating ball flight, but obviously get me the distance I need.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to munch a 7-iron 190.
Right.
I think that's more like my downhill, downwind type of a number.
Yeah.
I like a smooth 180, 185 with my 7-iron. So, like, what do you think? I mean, should we
I want to go
start
straight
stiffer?
to the stoutest
Yeah.
that we have.
Okay, let's do that.
I want to try C-Taper.
Okay, cool.
So that's the 130X,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Justin Rose probably popularized that shaft more than anybody because he's played it for like 12 years.
Yeah.
The guy kind of knows what he's doing.
Cool.
So give
do
this
it.
guy a try. And then so far, the way you're coming into the ball, I'm going to be hesitant to get you off standard. I don't mind the thought of trying 1 degree flat, but
Okay.
when your club path is 0, that flashes standard for a reason.
Honestly, maybe having it 1 degree flat has actually stopped me from getting on tour.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. We definitely got a heavier shaft in hands. I could definitely feel it more up in the handle. Head doesn't feel as heavy, right? I do like that feeling. When I played baseball, I always loved using heavier bats anyway, but I feel like this might help me with my tempo too, because I can be kind of quick.
Ooh.
I definitely tried to swing it harder, and I released that one a little bit more. I could give you a better...
Your club speed comes up.
Does it really?
Yeah, you came up to 96.
Okay, cool.
That's fast.
All right. I mean, like, honestly, if I were playing as much as I used to, I feel like 96 is right about where I'd be starting at. I sometimes we get up to like 98, 99. But this
Depending
is
on
good. This is good.
maybe had a Red Bull this morning.
6.
A little heavier that time.
Yeah. Ball speed came down quite a bit. Definitely
Okay.
a little heavy.
Yeah, all right. There we go.
Good ball.
That was better. Just starting a little left.
Okay, bring it on back, Francis.
Okay.
Your attack angle's not hitting down like 4.5. That's right where you
okay?
want to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Our carry, we were right around. We had. Let me get rid of the not so hot one. Average carry, we're right at 190.
Okay.
I might not. I might want to try a 150, maybe 1 degree weak.
I
in
love
loft.
that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Before we go on shaft wise, how did that feel?
That felt great.
Yeah?
Honestly, like knowing
too
that
much?
I didn't lose too much swing speed at all. It actually went up.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I was worried about. Whereas
Yeah.
having something too heavy, where I start to feel like I'm not as consistent through it. But I do like the heavier feel. I feel like
Yeah.
it just kind of calms me down a little bit.
And our landing angle, normally when somebody like you is going at it that hard, you might see the ball float quite a bit.
Okay.
Our landing angle is still in that window that I really like. So that goes back to our 3Ds, right? Distance, dispersion, and descent, right? Our distance is almost, it might actually be a little far.
Okay.
Because I know you said you had some, I think 185 is like a better distance for your
Yeah.
7er, not 190.
And I know these are a little stronger lofted, right? So like
Yeah.
that's something to get used to.
And then our landing angle, right? It's still between that 45, 51 window. We're
Okay.
holding tight right at 47, 48.
Nice.
So that's why I want to try a little weaker in loft to get some distance back.
Okay, sure.
And if we can stay below 51 landing angle, we're
Still
gonna be
okay.
pretty.
Okay, good to know.
So I might be a decent club fitter, but I don't know all 28 combos just right off the top of my head yet. B2.
Did you used to use KBSs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you play?
I used to play the S pluses.
Yeah.
Once.
The money taper?
No.
For the-
Sorry, the C tapers.
Like this one, though, with that
S plus,
finish?
So yeah.
Yeah. S plus. That's one thing KBS does really good is they have in between flexes. They have, most companies, right? It's regular, stiff,
Right.
X. KBS does fill in some of those middle gaps.
I do like that.
They filled a need that a lot of fitters had.
Okay. Cool. So only thing different here is just adding a little bit 1 degree of loft to it. I like that Titleist has the options now to have 1 degree loft increments, which is really cool.
So Francis, the one you just hit, your ball speed actually came down, which I wanted, right? To get us off of 190. That one it still went 188, but our landing angle was still almost 48,
Okay.
which is good.
So we're okay with the
Yeah. It caught
rather
that
than
zero
going
again.
100s, yeah, because
Yeah.
like 150 gives me what we need. Okay.
So let's
Cool.
try rifle 6.5.
Let's do it.
I want to try that one.
Cool.
And I do like 1 degree weak.
I like it too.
Okay.
Going up to the big boy shaft. Rifle 6.5s. Well, I mean, 7 would be really the big boy shaft, right? Doesn't Jason Day use like 7Xs or 7s? Or
Jason Day
Phil
plays
Mickelson
a
plays
unique shaft. I don't know if he still does, but when he had his big hot run in 2015, he was playing a shaft that Dynamic Gold developed for him called the X7,
X7. Oh, okay.
which is about as stiff. It is as stiff as it
140
gets.
grams.
Like,
something that, yeah.
The heaviest and stiffest.
I don't know if the viewers remember a long drive guy by the name of Jamie Sidlowski.
Oh, for sure.
He played that shaft when he tried to play on tour.
Nice.
It's as stiff and stout and heavy. I think the shaft statically weighs 136 grams.
Wow.
It's beefy.
Wow. Cool. All right, cool. So we're going with a much more stout shaft this time around, the rifle 6.5s. Let's see what happens. This feels great. Felt nice. With this shaft, I feel the head more than with the KBS. I feel like KBS, I felt a lot more in the handle.
Good. That's Francis, you come on back.
Okay. What are we thinking?
I'm blind. That's the front runner in my
Really?
mind. Yeah.
That last one was good. I
That
kinda
last
covered
one,
it a little bit more,
you
but-
ripped that one hard.
Whoa.
But the
Okay.
one before it,
Yeah.
right? Our landing angle is still in that 51 realm, and our carry distance is coming back a little bit.
182 on that first one.
Here, let me prop it up. First one that Francis hit, again, really solid strike, and our landing angle is still in that window that I really like. Our spin rate, general rule of thumb, whatever the number on the club is times 1,000. So 7 iron 7,000, 8 iron 8,000, 6650. That's solid. I like that. And then we're getting our carry distance down a little bit. I don't pay attention to total on an iron because that's not important. But rifle 6.5 would probably be my
Okay.
play for you right now.
I like that.
So now I want to try a X100.
Okay.
So just to give you all some insight, usually on the PGA Tour, you see a lot of guys playing either this shaft or an X100. It's pretty popular.
Okay.
Most of your guys that like a really stiff, rigid feeling shaft will gravitate towards Project X, and guys that like to feel the shaft load up a little bit tend to go the dynamic gold route, whether it be S400, X100, AMT white X100, you name it.
Now this is something I'm used to. I've always hit dynamic gold. X100 was what I had before the LZs.
Yep.
So, I mean, this was like 8 years ago they used to play this shaft, so we'll see what happens.
The X100 is kind of the end-all be-all shaft. If you had to pin down one, it's kind of the shaft that started it all.
Now that we have TrackMan, we didn't really have this before when I was getting fit back in the day. It's cool to see exactly what the little nuances are between the shafts just with these numbers that we're getting.
Better ball speed there, Francis.
Was it really?
Yeah. Did you miss that one just a hair?
Maybe just a little thin?
It sounded a smidge skinny.
Yeah. I just didn't want to chunk it.
Those numbers were phenomenal, though.
Were they really?
I know you hit it thin, but
Should I hit another one or?
yeah, hit one more. That high.
Those two are pretty dang straight.
Okay.
What did we think? Already? Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
I was driving here in the car and I was like, Hari, I think I might be settling on a DG X100.
I think you're an X100 guy.
Is it really?
Your
Okay.
ball speed was right where I wanted it.
Okay.
You hit both of those two really good, and they were both 187 or less.
Okay, cool. Good.
Because I don't want you to have a 7 iron that goes
Right. I
that
don't
far.
want to bunch it. Exactly.
And then I'm a fan of your landing angle. And the
Okay.
other thing, right, you had mentioned if you had to rank the C-taper, the rifle, and then that one, right, we kind of went in reverse order from the C-taper being the stiffest, stoutest feeling.
Right.
Project X somewhere in the middle, DG, a little softer.
This definitely feels a little more balanced. The C-taper, it felt really heavy in the handle.
Yeah.
Felt like it was like holding like a really heavy baseball bat.
For sure.
Which wasn't bad, but I'm trying to think like over the course of 2 rounds, 3 or 4 rounds.
For the
back to
16,
back.
17th hole when it's 105 degrees outside.
Exactly. Like, will I still be able to swing it as well? The Project X felt a little bit better. I did feel the head a little bit more. This one feels just balanced. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's weird. It's like talking about wine.
Yeah.
Or like bourbons, right? It's just like there are all these different things that everyone is going to feel subjectively.
The intangibles.
Right, exactly. So, yeah,
I would put
like this,
you
though.
on that combo.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Is there a difference between the tour shoe and just the regular?
So that's a good question.
Yeah, so
I
tour
get that
shoe
a
versus
lot.
Regular, yeah.
So the Tour issue is a label that is created from dynamic gold because steel shafts, the way that they make them, right, there's tolerances, right? One might weigh 130, one might weigh 132, one might even weigh 134. The Tour issue is a tolerance plus or minus 1 or 2 grams, okay? For Titleist, when we receive our shipments from Dynamic Gold, we weight sort them, and if they are plus or minus 1 or 2 grams, we keep those. And the ones that are out 3, 4, 5, we ship back to True Temper, okay? Our label, even though it does not have the Tour issue on it, that is for all intents purposes
Tour
a
issue.
Tour issue shaft. It just does not have
Good to know.
the label.
Okay.
But the label looks cool.
It does.
Yeah, yeah. Anything that says tour is pretty cool. I like this.
I want you to hit the 154 iron
Okay.
just to test ball speed.
Sure.
I know we're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
But for the film's sake, I want to make sure.
Let's do it.
So this is the 154 iron. Now this is gonna have a different shaft.
Okay.
But ball speed wise, so general rule of thumb, if our ball speed on the 7 iron is, we'll call it 128, 129, right? I want to go up 5 miles an hour per club. So
Okay.
if 7 iron is we'll call it easy, whole numbers 130. I want the 6 iron to be 135, 5 iron 140, right, and then 4 iron 145.
Cool.
So I want you to hit the 4 iron.
Okay.
And if we get a ball speed of around 143, 144, we're good.
Okay. All right. This is cool because like I would never think about this process if I were doing this just for myself, right? So it's nice to have the whole expert guide me throughout this. My club fitting Sherpa. All right, 4 iron. Let's do it. I would say that's a little heavy.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one.
There we go. And 144.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really nice. That was cool to see that pierce through the wind like that. That was dope.
That's beautiful ball flight.
Man, I should not warm up more often. I just felt really good there.
233. Ball speed was perfect.
Cool.
Right, what I called.
Cool. 233 carry 4 iron. What the heck?
Yeah.
That's
Some
pretty
juice.
cool. Awesome. Awesome.
Let's talk about driving irons.
Okay, yeah.
So our options currently are a little limited,
Okay.
but the good news is the one that I think you'd really like, I have.
Okay, sweet.
Um,
I mean, you just write it up for me, man. I'll play it. you
Good.
know?
Let's do, I have a VF. Here we go. This is the VF, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this what I
Yeah.
fit you for in your driver?
Mhm, yeah.
Okay. 95X.
Nice.
And then that is the T250 3 iron.
Okay.
Driving
Ooh,
iron.
Sick. Look at this, dude. That looks nice.
They're nice.
Yeah, that looks really good. Cool.
I call
Super
that thing
clean.
the chicken poker.
The chicken poker.
Comes out real low.
All right. Nice. Okay. Do we got the same shaft that I have, same shaft profile I have in my driver? Part of me kind of wishes I went with it in my 3-wood.
150 ball speed inbound, 252. Mm-hmm. Smash this.
It's hat thin.
Yeah, a little thin.
Yep.
So he's doing the 48 through the 5. Yeah, so 4 and he wanted
Okay.
7.
Let's do this again.
Without crewmate, 8 clubs. Is that okay?
There we go. That felt good. That felt nice. You want another one?
Do we need another one?
I don't know.
I like it. Yeah.
Cool. I didn't hear any cheers or applause.
If
So. Cool.
if I could land a 3 iron at 43 degrees, that'd be
Oh, sick.
and then your spin rate's holding awesome, right? It goes back to
Nice.
the rule of thumb. I mean,
Okay.
on a driving iron it's a little different, but if we can get a spin rate of anywhere as close to 4,000,
Cool.
we're gonna be in business.
So spin rate's just like pretty much what 36, right at
Mhm.
almost 4,000. Carries 242, and then you said the descending angle was something you were looking at 43 degrees. Cool.
So right, we're talking gapping purposes from the 4 iron. We're right around 8 to 12 yards
Yeah,
based
you're
on how
right.
we strike it. So
You're right. So this would be the 3 iron that you'd suggest. I kind of like this. I mean, I feel like sometimes the 505U goes too far,
Yeah.
or too high.
Yeah.
Playing tighter golf courses can be kind of tough with that. That'd be
With somebody
really
of your length, right? You don't need to be pulling driver all the time.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing, if you're playing with some of your maybe instructions, right?
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're playing the middle tees
Yeah.
and you're just not ripping driver all the time.
Yeah.
And so something like this that you just tee up nice and low and kind of squeeze up the fairway.
That would be good.
That's a fairway finder.
Would you suggest this same shaft in the U505 then? I have like an 85 Oban, and I think it's just,
Yeah.
it's giving me the spin that I'd want to like, I mean, I guess I have 2 options. Right?
Yeah.
Like I have 2 options. I
Absolutely.
have a 240 club that goes high and soft, and now I have something that goes a little more low and penetrating. Cool.
If I
I
had the
would do
2
that.
iron, I'd love to watch you hit that, but I
Yeah.
don't have a 2 iron, unfortunately.
No, this is great. I mean, I think this would be perfect. I could always loft it down, I guess. But
Yeah.
Awesome, man. So do you feel like we have the set?
Let's recap.
Okay, let's recap. Yeah.
T150s,
T150s.
1 degree weak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's to get your distances back somewhere manageable.
Yes.
As well as our launch and spin.
Right.
We're gonna do 154 to pitching wedge.
Yep.
1 degree weak standard lie
Mm-hmm.
with a dynamic gold X100,
Yeah.
and then pick a grip,
Easy enough.
and then
Okay, cool.
the driving iron.
Oh yeah, definitely this driving iron.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Good.
This is perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, this was a great experience. We definitely got a lot more in depth on the shafts, which was really cool to see.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think too many videos out there actually talk a lot about shafts at this level too.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so much you can do with someone who's swinging it a lot, slower.
It helps when
right?
when you have a little bit of speed
Yeah.
and a little bit of consistency.
Right.
So for most of the people that have fit, they're dedicated golfers because they want to get better.
Yeah.
But it's really about getting them in a flex and a weight that
Right.
helps them time it up.
Yeah.
Right. And then as they get better, their dispersion will naturally
Exactly.
get tighter because they're getting better. But want to make sure you load the club properly,
Yeah.
and it has to feel good, right? You don't want anything really really heavy,
Yeah.
because then at that point you have a golf club that's swinging the golfer, not the golfer swinging the golf club.
Cool. Awesome. Perfect. Great way to button it up.
Yeah,
This is great, man.
absolutely.
Thanks again for this,
It
dude.
was a blast.
All right, cool. Well, we got to tee it up sometime too.
Yeah,
right.
I'd love to. I play way too much golf.
That's definitely not a problem. Cool. This is sick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You should hit it.
Nice. Yeah, you should go try
Yeah, go
it.
nuts,
Yeah.
dude. Well, Francis and I spec up his order.
I thought it'd be kind of tough, especially with it being so windy. It's gusting like 25 maybe or 20
It's
today
like the
right now,
camera
or
doesn't do it.
30.
It is windy today.
It is really windy. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. So I was thinking, man, we're probably not going to get a good fitting, but with the TrackMan, you definitely start to rely on the numbers,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Being able to normalize it, right? I got the golf ball loaded up, the
Mm-hmm.
altitude we're at, the temperature, right? And it puts us in this bubble.
Yeah.
And we get really, really, really accurate number
yeah.
readings.
Yeah, and this is kind of like, you have to learn how to play in this kind of wind anyway when you're in Texas. So it's nice to see the different clubs that we can use to be able to really, capitalize on this type of condition too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Would you say okay, for the average golfer that hasn't had a fitting before,
Yeah.
or who's starting out? I get a lot of people who are just starting out. They've maybe are just starting to take their first 2 or 3 lessons.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, coach, am I ready to get fit? A lot of times I'm like, let's wait a little bit to where we have a more manageable club path, maybe
Yeah.
club face
A
relationship.
little bit more consistency.
More consistent, yeah. Like maybe you're not swinging 8 degrees into out all the time.
Yeah.
Might be easier. Would you say, obviously for a club fitter, it makes your job easier when you're able to see something more consistent, but
Yeah.
would you say hey, maybe just wait on it to anybody that's coming in?
That's a really good question, because I get it almost daily, right?
Right.
I would say if you're shooting in the hundreds, maybe spend some time practicing, go see him, right? Get yourself dialed, and then get some consistency there. And if you're seeing a PGA professional or an instructor, whoever it might be, on a consistent basis, if they're doing their job properly, they'll tell you when it's time,
Yeah,
right? Because you obviously don't want, like a 12 or a 14-year-old playing his dad's hand-me-down set, because it's unrealistic.
Right.
But if your clubs are beaten up, maybe you bought them at a thrift shop, or who knows, if you're serious about playing golf, go get fit. If you're gonna spend the time, spend the money, right? But when you start to get some real consistent, right? Maybe you're shooting in the high 80s, definitely go get fit, because you might even shave more strokes even then to bring yourself to shooting in the low 80s, and then from there, sky's the limit.
You'd think, as a coach too, you'd think that people that are shooting in the 80s would want to go get fit for something that gets their game even tighter. I actually have a lot of students that are shooting in the high 80s, maybe mid 80s, and they haven't even thought about getting a fitting yet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's funny. You see people at both ends of the spectrum, either coming in too early for a fitting or never really getting a club fitting at all.
Yeah.
But it changes the game. It really does.
Absolutely, 100%. I couldn't have said it better. Francis, what grips you want though?
Just do the Tour Velvets. Yeah,
Standard?
great. Standard, yeah. I think I did 1 wrap underneath, 1 extra wrap.
And do you want we want the black Tour Velvet
Yeah, just the black Tour Velvet.
with +1 rapid tape?
Yes, plus
Okay,
yeah.
250U, that's your 3-iron. Standard loft, standard lie, 95X VF.
Sweet.
Irons, T150s, Gen 4. 4-2 pitching wedge. 1 degree weak,
1 degree weak, yeah.
standard lie. And do you want the Tour issue, or do you want the standard dynamic gold? What sticker do you want? Yes.
Let's do a Tour issue sticker.
Tour issue.
It's always cool to see that
You got
on
it.
the shaft. Just to remind myself, I'm not Tour, but maybe get there.
True Temper Dynamic Gold Tour Issue X100.
Cool.
150s, 4 to pitch,
Yeah.
1 week. Tour Velvet plus
Yeah.
1 rapid tape.
Yep.
Boom.
That was easy.
And then golf ball wise, Francis, I'd probably tell you to play a Pro V1 golf ball.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I think I've been playing X's. So
These are X's.
Okay.
Honestly, if I were to do a proper golf ball fitting with you, I'd like
Get
to
a
spend
little
more
extra
time, maybe 150 yards and in.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's where most of our strokes come from.
Sure.
Right. All I can do is gauge on what I've seen right here, right now.
Right.
But Pro V1, Pro V1X, for the audience, you'd be shocked at how many guys on tour play a Pro V1X. Seriously, I mean, those guys, a lot of people think the golf ball's too firm, goes too high, spins too much. It's not the case. Best players in the world, they love height, they love spin. It's controllable. It's a good thing. But either or,
Yeah.
you're gonna play good with either.
I'll do your recommendation, man. Your recommendation's perfect.
Perfect, Francis. Signing for you.
Sweet. Thank you very
Signed,
much.
sealed, and delivered
Awesome.
in 3 weeks or less.
Wow.
Or probably
All right.
less.
Okay. So do you think with my current set, would you say, should I just go ahead and weaken the loft, go to standard just to start to get used to
If you want to tinker for the time being, it wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
But what I saw, Red, obviously there is some difference between the 150 and the 100. For the time being, I'd probably leave your current set right where it is.
Okay.
Because did we change shaft? Yeah, we
I'm
did.
at the LZ.
You're in the LZ, right? It just reacts a little different
Okay.
to how you load it, the
Gotcha.
club head itself. I'd leave it where
Just
it's
keep
at.
it where it's at. Okay.
For now.
Awesome.
Mhm.
All right.
Wait a
Definitely, if you have a chance to find your nearest Titleist fitting event that's happening in a zip code near you. We have them all the time at Balcones Country Club in Austin, Texas. We're at UT Golf Club. Where are you at next?
Well, I actually just took over Balcones, so if you guys want to
serious?
come get fit by me,
Hey.
I will
We'll both be there. We'll be signing autographs while he's signing away.
shaking hands,
your
kissing
life
babies.
at a new set of clubs. Yeah, definitely. Exactly. Cool. All right. Until next time.